All right, here we are. We're back. Looks like German's just still rising. What a man. I find it's been a couple tough sessions. Just stuck in this range. Range trading's the worst. But gold's moving, which is a good thing. How did you guys go before? Did you grab anything?
No. Still waiting for any kind of opportunity. Still waiting.
This was one from 86 down. But I'd rather just something a bit cleaner, to be honest.
Is there anything news right now? Price is moving.
We've got no news today, so it's going to be bits. They're going to have the manipulation is going to be heavy. Wait till we get some debt ceiling talks coming out. Really interested in the jobs market right now. There's unemployment's the last little indicator before we can start to see a bit of a crash. So any sort of news that comes out on that, but who knows what's gonna. Someone will say something. Now, as soon as we get equities open after 2 o'clock, we'll get just people coming and speaking for the sake of it. Same trade as me, but closed at even. Yeah, German was no good, huh? I'm keeping an eye on the price here. See what it does around that 16,000 handle. At the moment, we're just seeing in the last. What's Nas doing? Are we going to do? Nas is rising. US 30 being a bit bullish. So let's see. I'll keep my eye on it. Keep my eye. See what we can find. If this area proves to be resistance again. See if we can see another little rejection. Or even popping up to 16,000. But I'll have to keep my eye on the price. For now, I'll be focusing on gold. Let's see. This was my daily target. 1980. This is where I wanted to see. I didn't want this to happen yesterday. I wanted this to happen today. And it was going to be sells, easy sells. Now, I will look for buys from 1978. I'll look for sells. I don't like the presence of this clean candle. Yesterday, I reckon we'll fade this move. This move was bullshit. When we see price action like this is bullshit. So my idea is buys. I prefer to be buying, not here. Prefer to be buying above 95 again, or from 78. That's my 2 cents. At the moment it's all bearish. So let's mark up a few things. This is a dead level now. So we should at least take out the London 50%. So London low. Choose Wednesday. I'm going to make another tab up here so I can keep an eye on German 40 price. Okay. London 50% from a long Tuesday ago. Because this is a long day, long time ago. Nearly 2 weeks ago. Where's George? He's not here. Jim, maybe you know. I messaged him. I was wondering if you knew how he said he had the screener wasn't working for the Emma bot, and what his pair list name or what broker he was using. Did he say it was on a funding broker or different?
He's on FTMO demo.
Have you tried it?
I've tried it. He set it up with me earlier, and mine seems to work okay. Whether that was at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock this morning, so whether he's fixed it by now, I don't know. I haven't spoken to him.
Okay, because I just I thought it was FTMO demo, and I tried downloading FTMO demo, and it should work fine.
Yeah, I mean it works all right for me.
Yeah,
And,
I guess
I'm doing the same as him.
I wonder if he's got the older.
He's got the same versions of the files. We checked those.
Version 101.
Yeah, so he's got the same versions you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
So we're using the same versions. I would expect he'll be on in a minute anyway. So
okay,
he said he would be.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to troubleshoot something. Something's going on with that particular download by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Just going to fix up because it's a bit annoying all the different suffixes different brokers use. So I've got a solution for it. So we just troubleshot it then. So we should be able to get it out today, tomorrow. So it's a little bit annoying having to change it over. But the good thing is once you, what you need to do, let me just, while we're sort of killing time here, this is looking like a good little bullish candle, but we still need the first piece of the puzzle. When you get the new one, when I send out the link, what you'll do is you'll just paste it in your data folder. And have you saved templates with all the different things on? You know, once you get the new one, the screener, just paste it in, like it might say version 1.2 or 102. Then just paste it in without that new version. Just put it as the screener. If you've saved templates, then just paste it in here, and it should. You don't need to do anything else. It will just update everything automatically. So we've got another update as well. So row 4 got row 4 ready now, which is going to tell us number of days in a row that we've had. So the pairs I did sells Aussie US, buys Euro Yen, buys Euro Aussie, buys Euro Yen. This one didn't trigger because didn't pull back enough. Buys on pound Aussie and buys on US Yen last night. So this was a win. This was a win. This didn't trigger. This was a win. And this was a win. But what was good with the update is that when you've got everything sort of in the same direction, plus now you've got a fresh daily candle close with a low number, so as in like a red number 1, what that's going to do is say to you that whilst we had Aussie was weak, US was strong, daily's closing under the 50 EMA, 4 hours trending down, and then we've got a fresh daily candle close, like only one, the first daily close for a little while. All good, George. We'll catch up later. If you've got like a 4 in here, what might be the problem? If there was a red number 4 saying we've had 4 consecutive bearish candles and everything was down, we weren't really at the start of the trend. We might be getting close to the end of the trend. So if we've got a high number here, it could potentially be an issue. So it's nice when the number is a little bit lower, because now what we're trying to do is utilize all of these little indicators, and then utilizing also, is it potentially the start of the new trend, the new like push phase? If that's the case, it's a good chance you're at the start of the trend, not the end of the trend. So that's the idea of it. So that'll be pushed out tomorrow or today. Yeah, the only one that didn't work out was Euro Yen, and that's because I was looking for a trade off of here, this area. Should have just taken it from one of these ones. It would have worked out perfectly. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so this was a good candle. How far back do we need to go before we get data? Got to go back to the 2nd of May. So, inside this area, we did have a beautiful looking candle and a good little imbalance. Check the 30-minute, check the 15-minute, let's check the 5-minute. Check the 3-minute. So doji in the bottom of this. Check the 1 minute. You gonna say something?
Take a look at the Dow here. Sale broke out, made it that.
Was someone gonna say something? I didn't see.
Are you in any trades?
Nah, not yet.
Go to the daily
Okay.
after you're done with this.
To current price or just in this
Yeah,
area?
current price. Okay. Now we already know that the price moved from one liquidity area to another liquidity area.
Mm-hmm.
So now at the bottom we have this liquidity. Can you use the forex.com? Okay. Now we already generated liquidity at the top side with in this form of this doji.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday we broke this thing, so that means we wanted to push to the downside. Once we broke that, we have this liquidity as well as this liquidity. This is the imbalance candle liquidity. Immediately that day we close and next day open, we immediate push to the upside. So no bottom wick on this area, and below this area we have a attempted FU candle or FU candle, you can say, on the left side. So all this is a liquidity. Once price is taken out that liquidity, we can again look for the buy opportunity from this area. Once we get enough confirmation, let's say 15-minute or 30-minute manipulation on that area.
Mm-hmm. Does that look much different to the... Oh, it's a huge difference. Why is there a huge difference between...
It's just a timing. That timing is different. Opening
would-
time also maybe.
Yeah, no, I would have thought. So that, yeah, okay. I would have thought that hour candle. That's all right. I would have thought the daily candle still open at the same time. I thought it was just affecting the 2 and the 4, but must be still with the hour difference. So it's a huge difference, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's still the liquidity on the even on the forex.com, fx.com, on FX. We have a liquidity here. So price may come back lower side to take out that liquidity to again moving to the upside. We have a liquidity generated at the top here. This doji in the form of this doji, as well as here. Is this this daily candle did not break that doji high, so we still have liquidity left there, and we have a bottom side liquidity here. So probably price going to take out that liquidity. You can say this is a trend line liquidity, and then price may tap into this area to eventually start again moving to the upside.
Yeah, I've got that candle marked up. Need to drag it across a bit. Alrighty. Interesting.
I think yesterday we did some mistake. We should have looked for the sells also. We only look for the buys and
Yeah.
we never get a chance for the sell.
Yeah.
And based upon that, this candle, we should have looked for the sell because this candle started with the doji at the bottom. So we should have looked for the sells. Even price pushed to the upside, but not able to. He just grabbed the liquidity from this upside area and eventually just continuation to the downside. I think that was the mistake we did.
The moment that I thought about flipping was when Ivan said about looking. It was around, I think it was even on the 4-minute chart or something. It was at this point here. I think it was this point, or maybe it was. No, I think it was this point.
Maybe this was the time where Sarah got the buys here and immediately we closed below that area because we consolidated continuously on this area. But this candle just push upside and immediately we close downside area. And this was like a retest to that area one more time to again start pushing to the downside. And we got a lot of indication that we wanted to push to the downside.
Yeah.
We are just only looking for buys.
That's when I was thinking I should just flip it. That was seeing all of that the amount of times that we've seen this means that this isn't going to hold. And then indeed it just created. Absolutely just created.
I think yesterday we talked about that let's say we are at the daily low. So instead of taking sells immediately, you can wait for price to pull back and create another manipulation in the form of this. Then you can look for the sell opportunity like here. This is the first manipulation, this is the second manipulation here, and then continuation to the downside instead of taking impulse entry at the low.
Yeah. So we just took out the high, extended the high. This is Comex candle was this bad one. Boy.
Yes, yeah.
Took the low, pushed bullish, went up to feed back into these highs for a New York high, so broke its own high. Got a couple of manipulations here. Now, I really need to wait and see. I don't want to jump into sells. This is okay. Maybe I could take a sell here. If I see another confirmation for a sell, I'll potentially take that sell because I believe that there's further go with the trend. But then at these lows, I'm going to start looking for these buys. I wonder if this is just going to be manipulated as well. And not hold, because this could be where stop losses are being built, and then we could just see a bit of a sweep and then sell off. Or can we just preferably sell off now? I don't take any sells, but I look for buys around this 78, anywhere of these areas. Here, here, here. These could be my buy zones. Anyone got any questions? When you get a chance, can you please say again what you said about the outcome versus process based on UK Open? Oh, okay. George was taking a trade on German 40 at, let me bring it up, at, it's on the 1 minutes. There was a nice entry around here, around this bit, leaving here, and George based the trade on achieving his hitting the target for his monthly target. So he set the take profit based on achieving a certain percentage, and it was roughly around, I think it was around 88 or 81. I can't quite remember if it's 88 or 81. But because it was going to be where the entry was, wherever the stop loss was, this was, say, like the risk, and then this was the reward, and the target was based on it achieving the outcome of 3%, and if he had scaled out, he wouldn't have achieved the 3%, because then the profit would have been watered down. So the only option to reduce risk then was by moving stop loss to break even as soon as possible, and then what that led to was getting stopped out before the drop, and the drop went a lot further, and it wasn't like the process trading the outcome meant that this is the scenario. It was to reduce risk by moving stop loss to break even, to feel a bit more comfortable about the trade, but then the take profit was set based on an outcome. The process would have been, if this is the trade, then you set your take profit based on either risk reward, which should be like around 3-1, or based on an area around here where you think could be problematic. Maybe an imbalance, maybe a higher time frame wick rejection area. And if we were going with the process, then once prices moved a certain risk reward, close some, then either tighten your stop loss or move to break even. The outcome was already set. So the way to manage the trade, reduce your options, reduce George's options, and then even though reducing risk is not a bad way of doing things, it's always very good to make sure we manage our risk. Following that in this market, you'll find your way out of a trade more often than you find your way being consistent. Does that make sense? Yeah. Having a system in place rather than just having an outcome that you're looking for. Because as much as it sounds like it's all neat, and humans, psychologically, we like to have things neat and to the point and efficient, the market will always find a way to outsmart you if that's the case. Generally, times obviously it worked in your favor, but more times than not, it's trying to achieve a certain target and trying to reduce risk is basically I don't mean anything by this, but scared money. Scared to take a loss from an emotional side of point of view, or scared to be wrong about something. And it's not I really don't mean anything by saying anything negative saying scared money, but in this market, if we strangle the trade trying to reduce a certain negative outcome, it'll happen anyway. Oh, catch you, Glenn. Good work, mate. What was the target, by the way?
Just hit 3% for the night
Beautiful.
and digged around the last 6 hours doing nothing and made more money in the last 20 minutes than I did all day.
Yeah, mate. That's what we need to time. We need to get the right timing in.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Right. And it's moving in the direction to that's right. Hit my target, so I closed.
Cool.
Man, I haven't even started taken any entry and you're already done with your...
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I hope that makes sense. What I was saying, it's trying to avoid negative scenarios in this market. Generally, you find your way in a you just don't get the results you want. We need to find comfort in uncomfortability. We need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and sometimes that means letting the trade run a little bit longer. Or just not to strangle the trade. Most of the time, we will get. It's hard when you're trying to trade with a drawdown, a set drawdown, because you can see like a cliff face basically. But if you weren't too worried about drawdowns, and you knew from all your trades what was your return on all your trades. Once you've got the trades that aren't these impulsive trades where we don't really think about things. What I mean by your planned trades where you've taken an entry, set your stop loss based on a condition, set your take profit, those trades as a whole, what was better for you to have done? Manage those trades or just set and forget? You're going to have more winners and you're going to have more losers, but you'll have a lot less of these break-even trades that we tend to, most of the time when we're making a mistake, is usually in the management of the trade. Yeah, setting a small stop loss can be quite difficult as well, because the timing needs to be perfect. But generally, if I went and looked at all of my trades that were planned trades, not just dumb trades, if I had just left it alone and done nothing, I'd be way, way, way more profitable. It's usually they're trying to avoid a loss that you end up having more losses. Yeah, well, that was the sell. That was the sell zone. Still struggling to keep the trades running? Yeah, that's when it's like almost once you take, if you're going to move your stop loss, take a little bit of profit at the same time. If you can. Sometimes the trade size is too small, so you can't take anything. You can't manage it. But the same thing is always generally, unless you've got a risk reward in mind, say you've got a risk reward of say 6 to 1. and you're going to take it, you're on your way to getting to 6 to 1, or whatever your target is. Never change your take profit if it's been a planned take profit level. Because if if it keeps on running past your take profit, then that's, you weren't anticipating that at all anyway. But if you're closing your trade before it hits your take profit, then always leave a piece on. Always. Even if it's the smallest little position, like 0.01. Just to start like seeing how often it goes. Because a lot of the time as well, no trades yet, FX. Most of the time that we're taking profit along the way is usually because it's hesitating, it's pulling back a little bit on you, whatever it is doing. Usually that's the time we should be looking at scaling in. It's the opposite mentality. Because those little pullbacks, the little hesitations where we're scared it's coming back to us, so we close some, is usually in someone that has a much more aggressive point of view. Any of these pullbacks is a time for them to be able to scale in. And the people that can do that effectively, they don't have a high win rate, but their wins are way bigger, way bigger than their losses. And they still can have some big losses. You can scale in at the wrong time, etc. That's why you need to scale in properly. But generally, that is a more profitable mindset to have. It's not everyone's cup of tea. So scaling in is really like, don't be too aggressive into scaling in, but think about ways that maybe you don't need to even add if you're struggling to try pick a level, maybe you want to do is like go into the smaller position, and then when it is moving well, add a little bit more risk on so that your size is getting a little bit bigger, but try not to give in to those temptations to take profit, and try to let it go to your ultimate target. That way you're not really moving your stop loss. If it just blows your trade out of the water, you never really get a start, then it's a smaller trade that you started with initially. So the risk, maybe instead of risking 0.5%, you're risking 0.25%. And then when it gets to a time that you're thinking that you would normally be scaling out, add 0.25% on and let it see if it survives that pullback and then goes to your target. That way you've successfully scaled into something. And that's it's a habit that over time you can improve that ability to when you can scale in. Sometimes, you can scale in a lot more. But it all depends on the mindset at the start. Sometimes you just want to just get to a goal. And if you've got a daily target in mind, and once you hit it, your job is done for the day. If you get the trade in the first 5 minutes, there's no reason to hang around for another hour. So German's going to hit this 16,000 again. Been a pretty wild day. It's already risen nearly 140 pips. I don't see any, because I find these weeks harder than news weeks. Much harder. So I don't see why we are rising. Especially this one-sided, just, apart from price action is telling us you're going up. But I don't quite understand how it could be going up.
Even Indian index is also right now dropping. Today they dropped like 500 points.
What's the what how many points, what's the handle that they're at?
Bank Nifty, so they dropped like more than 400 points today.
And what's the, so what did they start at, what price?
They start at 43,960.
Oh, 43,960. So it's dropped like 1%.
Yeah.
US to fall into recession 2023, said 34 of 46 economists. US Federal Reserve Fed funds rate is to be at 5 to 5.25 at end of 2023, said 75 of 116 economists. So just under 3/4 are saying that the Fed fund rate is going to be at where it is now by the end of 2023. What is priced in currently is Fed's fund rate to be at, the most probable is 450 to 475. So 2 rate cuts. So what's priced in is 2.8% chance that it's going to be like that. But then the news headline says 70, so over nearly 3/4 of, so let's say 66% of people, economists, are saying that Fed fund rate is going to be held to the end of the year. But we're priced in rate cuts. So what does that mean? That means this market is overvalued because this is priced in as rate cuts. They're priced in rate cuts here. And if the true outcome is that we're gonna hold, then I would expect price to be dropping, having a correction in place. Where would my correction be on the 4 hours? I would say back around this area, at the very least. I'd say once that becomes more realized, we're trading back into the 15,500s. Be a pretty almighty drop to get back to the low 15,000s. To me, this is like, I can't buy. I prefer not to buy. If that's right or wrong thing, I'd prefer to be looking for correction sells.
Can you go to the weekly on the German 40? So at the left side, probably price can tap into this area.
16,101.
Then maybe from that area we again start dropping, maybe here or somewhere here afterward. Maybe that's a liquidity area based upon weekly, that we just pushing to the upside just to grab that liquidity, and people right now are greedy one. They think that we continue pushing to the upside.
Yeah.
So maybe from that area we may get a correction to the downside because we left the liquidity, or we may come back into this area afterward.
This is the all-time high. Isn't that crazy? All-time high. It's never been higher than that. And we're talking recession.
Because they need better price for selling.
But no other indices like that. Not a single indice is like that. Everything is actually retreated a few percent from the high. It's just these European ones. European ones are just pushing bullish.
By the way, on gold, NYSE open now.
Oh yeah, good one. So I'm looking for buys, manipulation low. Oh, I really want to see this move corrected. I've almost taken something personal with this downtrend yesterday. There'll be people that absolutely love that. Like, it's so abnormal in the term of like a normal daily price behavior. I don't like it. Here we are. Come on. Did anyone take a sell? I didn't really see any entry. But if it approaches my buy zone, I'm going to be looking for buys. That's what I'm really looking for. Buy zones under here. Even if it's just a 50 pip move. $50 pip move rejecting the 80. This hasn't changed. Price in, okay, this has changed. This was 21% before. 21. These were the same. Now it's 22.5. In case necessary to avoid a default, House Democrats will submit a discharge petition on lifting the debt ceiling. It's amazing how much they talk about this. Apart from when Trump was in, every time they approached the ceiling, there was just a chance for them to argue. Have you noticed that? When have they never lifted the debt ceiling? There was a time that I remember that they weren't paying they closed national parks. But who's going to be the politician that puts in place that don't lift the debt ceiling? Never experienced a default. Debt ceiling has been raised 78 times. It's going to be a 79th. It's just a chance for them to like put across their just jockey for power.
On gold, I'm thinking about sells now.
This guy?
Yeah.
Where are you going to sell to?
Once we are breaking that low.
Okay.
Okay. I'm in sell side.
You're in?
Yeah.
Hope there's a quick push. You can secure some.
Oh. Instant rejection. Let's see if this candle can break that candle low now.
Yeah. Let's see. Part of becoming consistent as a trader is having your bias and being able to sit through a live chart without being tempted into a trade. If it's with your bias and you see an opportunity, your job as a trader is not to be scared about taking a trade, but your job as a trader is also not to be tempted into a trade if price is not, if you don't see your setup and you haven't got a clear read. Does that make sense, guys? That behavior is very, very important. Nice.
Now here is the thing. If the price is again coming back to the upside, taken out this candle high again, I'm going to close position because it taken out the 2 previous doji low. So it should not be coming back now. You just simply start pushing to dropping to the downside.
So good close.
Yeah, let's see.
3 minutes left of the doji.
I'm closing my position now. I don't like how that candle is pushing to the upside. I can wait for the better opportunity.
The 3 minutes, the tricky one. 30 minutes closing, beautiful. Just go for Wickfield down the bottom. Because we've got bearish, bearish, bearish candles. Then we had liquidity grab. Now it's always mandatory for this wick to be filled.
Man, I just closed my position, now it's dropping.
Yeah.
Anyway, just going to wait for better opportunity. I thought after this candle close, we are just going to bleed because this candle will not going to hold now. We are just simply start moving to the downside now.
Like yesterday's news candle.
Yeah, like right now. Let's see. We still haven't broke that low. I think this low. Not on my terminal at least.
NAS, hey? Is NAS selling off? Nope. Damn, actually, it gotcha.
Idea was perfect. Yes, I think I closed it a bit early. I should have waited for the closing on that 3 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Look at German is looking very good as well. Rejecting this area up here. Just got to contend with first structure, but we took out that high of the liquidity candle, and now, which was a doji, by the way. Now, if we can close under here, have a retest, then I'm gonna think that we're gonna sell off. And this was just this is just bullshit.
Does this on German 40 that candle broke that doji high or not? That doji.
No, not the high. Let me check on the what time frame is it? Oh, 3 minutes. I can't get that on my terminal. Can I get? I can get it on MT5, can't I?
Yeah, MT5 you can see the 3 minute, not on the MT4.
Oh, I'll have to go in. Time. Customize 3 minute. Oh, I don't. Oh, I can. On my little laptop, it's if I add that, if I add that little I'm gonna start to have a new row. This is hopefully this just sells off now. I want to see 900 hit. Okay, so we broke the low, extended the New York low.
Maybe now is the time where price can come back into this area and again push to the downside. First push at daily low, price got rejection from that area right away. So any kind of manipulation to again sell up.
Yeah, I'm hoping it keeps on coming down. No, I think Danny's talking about gold. I think she's talking about this one, the 30-minute wick up. There we go.
Oh man.
All right. Well, it's in my buy zone now. So I'm gonna look to see. I gotta wait.
Oh man, Akshay, we should have held.
Yeah. I think I should. We should have a look for that 3-minute candle close instead of just waiting for the to closing it early.
I was waiting and waiting, but it's such a strong D1 resistance.
Support.
And it was just
we don't have to worry about daily resistance because we are
support.
targeting. Yeah, we are targeting the bottom side liquidity. So bottom side liquidity is way below 1980.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's going to bleed.
Well, I'm gonna look for buys around here. So let's not let it bleed too much. So the ones I want to see. It's going to take us time because the pressure is quite bearish. But I want to see what I've got in mind is that this 1 hour the 3 o'clock candle is going to have a wick down, but then close bullish. That's what I'm imagining. This wick down is going to be into a couple of these little points of interest. So we've got 15 minutes for that to create something.
If I could hold that trade, my first target will be 1978.5.
Yeah.
That's the liquidity area. So,
yeah. So I think that's what I marked up, but just the 0.1 difference on the price feeds.
Yeah. Forex outcome and the FX one.
Yeah, because I think it's around 0.1 to 0.2 different up here. German's dropping. See how that fast move as well? Fast move could be the false move, but don't catch this falling knife just yet. Oh, where's my sharks? I'm gonna get the sharks up. What's the chances of 2 days like yesterday in a row where it's just everything's against me? There is always that chance. But I know if I follow my process and stick to my bias and then just wait for the setup that I recognize, that more often than not it pays out. Not yet. Not yet.
I think that was a 10 pip stop loss there.
Yeah.
If someone is.
Yeah. Okay, Danny. No problem. See you tomorrow. Are you going to... You'll be in for New York stream then, not London stream?
Yeah, it's easier.
Okay. We'll sort out... let me know when you get Emma bot sorted. I'll send it to the license.
Yeah, cool. I just go on the website, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything's on the website.
Yeah,
and then the videos that I post at nighttime is on the Discord.
Yep.
You seen where that was?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I write everything down to try and have a look at stuff manually, but yeah, cool.
Yep, that's a good idea.
I'll get in touch tomorrow.
Yeah, whenever. No rush.
Yeah, cool.
All
right. Night, everyone.
Good night.
All right.
Good night. Good night. See you tomorrow. Now here is the thing, hourly candle is also about to close in maybe 13 minutes or 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on hourly, next hourly can again push upside, so you can get your buys also. And if the price is just want to push to the downside, so we can even get another sell opportunity from this area somewhere, because this is the FU candle now. It broke that base candle high also and close a FU candle. If this candle is closing like this, we can get a pullback into this area, and from that area we can again look for the sell opportunity. We can still look for that bottom side liquidity. And
you worry about the doji at the top?
This doji?
This one?
Yeah. That can be our, once we are getting our buys from the bottom,
that's the target.
Those are all of our targets then.
Yep. Yeah, that's a plan I'm going to attack. So that would be about an 80 pip move. I'd be pretty pleased with that. I'd be happy with 50, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we've got another leg down? I think so. No signals from EJs yet today.
He must be sending a signal to his private
brother.
How are you?
Why I am silent? Once Akshay take the sell trade, I did not close it. Okay.
Ah.
I closed on 24 pips.
Nice.
Nice.
So I am silent because you all people close, so I am silent.
Yeah.
Next time I'm just going to wait for at least 3-minute close, because that 3-minute was closed nicely afterward.
Yeah, the next one did. It gave a hit, like it left liquidity for later.
Yeah, I'm still holding that one.
Oh, but look at it, Samir as well.
Did you close some partial? Just close at least some partial, because hourly candle is about to close. So at least you can secure something. Let the rest run at break even.
Yeah. I closed full as it's coming green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Always, if you can, always leave like even the smallest little tiny piece on.
Okay, 10%.
Yeah, 10%. Even if it was just 1%, that's fine.
No,
Depends on
it's
position
just going to
size.
boost your confidence that I can hold this position for longer period if my analysis is correct.
Yeah. Our analysis is not correct. That's the problem. Otherwise, I can talk in the session.
Just share your if you are not confident talking on the stream, just share your idea on the Discord. That way, at least someone going to give you some feedback there.
Yeah, it's good practice.
Community is just for that.
It's good practice, yeah.
Okay.
Like even if you don't want to share, but marking up your charts like with different zones that you've looked for is still very good practice.
Yeah.
I'm not really. I'm seeing a little bit of upside, but I need to see another leg down.
Yeah, that's not a good candle close too, because that candle closed like a doji one. This candle. So if that candle could have closed like a strong one, then this could have not happened. Like a price should not have come back to the downside. It's just so that candle closed doji. That's why price again came back to the downside. Now we again have to wait for any kind of manipulation to consider buys again, or we can wait for the hourly candle close. Then maybe next hourly candle can push downside, create a liquidity. Create a manipulation and then start moving to the upside.
That's my idea. I'm waiting for. Yeah, I'll mark that up. It's on the pathway, so I'm not lying.
I think summary close around 10 pips only.
It was more than that, then again it came back.
I just said partial, not close everything. You just
No, because
scared that the price is pushing to the upside.
That time green candle was coming up. That's why.
No, that's just a pullback because overall we are still bearish. It's just that next hourly candle pullback can be a deeper one also. So that's why it can come back even here also.
Oh.
Gosh, I've created like a knot here. There we go.
Now the price is going to hit that first TP, 1978.5.
There you go. It's kind of what I'm planning.
Now in 1 minute we again generated liquidity at the low. So if price is if the price again pushing to the upside, and if we again get any kind of manipulation in this area, maybe coming into this area, then again we can target that doji low. But if price is before that, if price is first pushing to the downside, taken out that doji and then doing manipulation, then we are moving to the upside. Five minutes for that hourly close now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to close inside of here. Once it closes inside of here, we can get a little push down to 78.5. Just a 10 pip push. And then we're really in the zone. So let's see how this one closes. Given the amount of pressure that's built up, I wouldn't even be surprised to see like a big spike, like a flash crash. Don't really have that news for it, but it could pop.
Yeah, indices is dropping right now. US 30 also dropping. Nasdaq is also dropping.
What we need is someone to say US is going to default, or not going to default, but like just default comments.
Okay, continuation to the downside.
This is a beautiful trade right here. This candle closing under structure, to then push down. I want to see us bleed now.
Oh, we are dropping now on gold.
There we go. Yeah. All right. Let's see someone manipulate this, and then rise.
And today was a good day if I could have hold that position.
Yeah.
It was like a 60 pips, 66 pips.
It was a nice call.
Anyway, we still have if price is pushing to the downside, that's a good thing. That when we can get a long-term buys from bottom side.
Absolutely. So around here, once I got my confirmations, you know what this is?
Yeah, Phoenix. Rise like a Phoenix.
Just waiting for the confirmation, and then I'm happy for the 3 o'clock candle. Take out this bit, or see how the shark was like that? I thought it was no wick candle, but we've got a wick. So I'm looking for buy. It's definitely my buy zone for a retracement, because we're inside this like lava area. All these wick rejections. Move the Phoenix. All of these wick rejections. So can we just get like a 50 pip push, a safe trade? Even I know the pressure's down, I know the trend's down, I know all that, but can we get a safe 50 pip retracement after seeing that heavy 1 minute candle that dropped like it did? What I don't want to see is a V shape V shape is difficult. So I want to see an hour candle creating the bottom wick. At the moment, no bottom wick. So what I'm envisioning here, trying to visualize that this next candle is something like this. Or if it's not going to be something like that on the hour close, maybe it's going to be something like this. And what I'm trying to anticipate is trading this up here, this wick. So if I get from around this like 76 area, even fixing this imbalance, just matching the wick up. Ideally, I'm trying to get back up to the 85, but to anticipating a retracement to get to like 82, could be a 77 to 82, 50 pips. That move sounds pretty good to me. German 40s dropping beautifully. Ivan, are you in that? Did you, when price closed under first structure, did you give it a go? You closed it now. You left a runner. Okay. Yeah, I'm holding that still. Targeting 900. Okay. Hitting the 75 now. Kind of feel silly like looking for buys because it's just so pressure's been down so long. Anyone's in buys from sells from like even like up here. This is a carry trade opportunity because of the how much you can make just holding sells on gold overnight. And today, Wednesday, is you paid out 3 times that.
And this was the target.
Oh yeah? Damn.
1974. Close to that. At least 1976. That was our target for the sell.
You know what might be on the back of your mind is that you gave the signal, and people following the signal. Now you're subconsciously want to avoid people losing on the signal, and that's true. It's tough, no, but you know, it's good for confidence as well. I think it's a great idea. Because sometimes giving the confirmation of what you're looking for at and giving it a go as well is going to help others that are watching thinking the same thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it didn't work out, it doesn't matter. Have I not taken trades since done? Yeah. I've missed quite a few opportunities on trying to explaining things and being distracted and being cautious as well.
Anyway, let's see. I'm going to wait for any kind of bullish momentum now.
Yeah,
Look
me
for
too.
the-
Even rejecting the 75. Oh, there we go. Damn it. I was thinking I'm going to buy. A buy and just have a wider stop loss. 20 pip stop loss and just buy here. Because look at that 1 hour. 1 hour, if we're going to go and create a bit of a top wick, that's a deep enough push. Okay. I might even set a buy limit here. For the retest. Extend the daily low. 10 pips under the key level. Targeting 82. Around a 15-20 pip stop loss. Unless this is, I think that was it actually, mate. See what I mean? Miss trades.
Yeah.
So easy to miss trades. Oh, George is in. Beautiful. How did you get in? You took the rejection of the 75 again?
I'm in as well.
Oh my god. Look at these goats.
Cowboy.
Yeah, the goats. Oh, and Rod as well.
Everybody is in.
Everyone but me.
fight. Same here, man. I haven't got entry.
On the 1 minute candle break, yeah, that was the perfect entry right there. Ivan, yeah, you're joking with us.
Now, if the 15-minute is closing like that or just closing like a strong bullish one, then you actually got the low. And you can anticipate price just pushing to the upside afterward.
Already secured some, Rod. Yeah, I mean, it was 25 pips. You left a runner though, didn't you? I'd be securing some around this area as well, to be honest. %. It's good work, mate, because I know you're easing yourself back into it as well. So we haven't broken the structure yet, though. So I'm still going to leave my buy limit here. At the moment, the structure... Oh. Creating bearish structure. Second structure pullback. Okay. Retest of 15-minute close, retest of this guy. Cool. Closing 80%, not touching stop loss. Good man. But when you do close some, then you can move your stop loss. Like you can do it now. It will likely hit, but you've already closed most of it. So that this is a situation where you can. But you're probably, or instead of moving to break even, maybe you can tighten it again. Tighten a little bit more. Because pullbacks will happen. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that's another way of being what's the, there's an acronym I'm trying to think of. Half or nothing. HRN. So you're taking half the win by reducing, by scaling out, not moving the stop loss. So you're more or less, you're going to end up in profit anyway. But now you're increasing the probability of your trade not being stopped out by not moving your stop loss. That was the 50 pip move. That was it. That was my trade. From here to here. 50 pips. Against the trend. Would have worked still. That's normal movement for gold, But we can be winners even if our bias is wrong. If we wait for key levels, points of interest, zones of interest, and a setup, you should still be able to get at least a 50 pip move on gold. Even if your bias is against the ultimate bias of what was happening. If your bias is against the flow. Yesterday, that was not the case. Yesterday was very tough to sit through. Stuck to this monthly level. Back to second structure. Under 5 minutes. Let's see if this is going to break through. Break through and clean this whole move up. Holy, oh man, far out. I can't take a trade now. What a shit day. yeah, that other side, that was a good win. Yeah, no, I'm happy for you guys. We waited long enough, and we got paid for it. Well, you got paid for it. Patience got you paid. Didn't change our bias. Well, I mean, I'm talking for me. Didn't change my bias. I missed my setup. I missed it. I hesitated that little second. And I paid the price by missing. But didn't change my bias. Didn't get tempted into taking any bias here. Did nothing wrong in terms of I sat through. I was being diligent. Still in my trading window. Set the idea. Set my levels. Waited for the area. Anticipated that this hour candle would do from our zones, would create a bottom wick underneath here and at least get to this area. And that idea played out perfectly. Now, could we do a full fake out and correct this move? And I want to see it correct this move up here, because this move here really annoyed me. Now, yeah, man, hold on to this. Hold on to this. Very good. Very good for you guys. It's brilliant. See, more times than not. Yesterday it didn't work out. But every other day we've been doing the streams, even going back and having a look. London and New York. How many times do we actually get it wrong? Holding on to a bias. Don't always get the trade. It doesn't always give us the nicer entry on the setup. But in terms of price movement, I think there's only been a couple where price just, everything was wrong. Bias was wrong. Never gave a setup. Never gave an entry. And it was a tough session. But every other session, once we've marked up the charts correctly, been patient, waited, been paid. Oh yeah, that's true as well. Sometimes it's happened after the stream. It's just come late. That is very true. But that was a beautiful move. Yeah, so from the lows, 88 pips. That's what I was saying, like I could do an 80 pip move. I only wanted 50 of it. The rest is extra. Oh, you just made a coffee? Yeah. When he's talking, sweet talking it as well. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Cohen got buys here. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he just executed on that one. Said this is a support candle and trust in it. Full close? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. We've got to be happy with an 80 pip move. That's beautiful. I mean, like, what stop loss? Tiny, right? Even if you did wide stop loss.
I'm holding this now.
You're holding it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even wide stop loss. That's like 20 pip stop loss. Then that's still a 4 to 1. Yeah. Yeah. Still 4 to 1. You know. Good work, team.
Oh, nice.
How close did that get you, George, to your target? Ah, thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate that. I just want to see, I want to see German die now. Just bleed out. Breaking even for the day. Oh, he took a loss. Right. Damn. Yeah, let like having that one trade just playing out would have been the perfect start to the day for the month, wouldn't it? First entry was too early. Okay. Yeah, that should be the trade done. Crossing here would have been ideal. I should have just pulled the trigger on that one, rather than seeing if it would just manipulate low again. But all good. All good. I think German might do a bit of a pullback and then can sell off. Yeah, George, I was going to say I might just end the stream now, and then we can jump in and have a look at that. So, yeah, good job, peoples. I think we had to wait, and sellers and buyers would have had a chance to get a win if your execution was good. Analysis was on point, stuck to one bias, and got the trade in that direction. Yeah, I think it was in essence, I think it's a nice day. It's a much nicer day when you can get a trade in it, when you know you can get a trade in both directions. So beautiful work. I'll end the YouTube stream now, so appreciate that side of things.